Kaylin Covert. I'll be your caseworker going forward.
Hi, I'm Amara.
It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you were able to come in today.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Before we begin, I just want to go over informed consent with you and let you know your rights.
Okay.
Okay. Well, first, everything you say here today will be confidential. It'll just stay between us. There are some limits to the confidentiality. If you tell me you're thinking about harming yourself or others, or if there's any suspicion of abuse, then I'll have to report you legally so that everyone's safe.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you understand and you're okay with that moving forward?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so to begin, how about you tell me what brought you in today?
Well, I'm a single mom to a 5-year-old boy who just got diagnosed with autism like a month ago. And I've just been really overwhelmed with learning about autism, trying to find out what is going to best work for him, establishing a routine so that he, has like a calm, safe, environment. And it's just been really overwhelming. And I'm just not really sure, where to start with getting resources and more information and support.
Okay, that sounds incredibly heavy. But how have you been emotionally the past few weeks?
Honestly, exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed.
Yeah, that's incredibly understandable that you would be stressed with everything you've been managing. Well, I want to ask you a few more questions so that I can get a full picture of what you're dealing with so that I can better find resources for you and your son. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's start with your home life. What's your living situation and who lives with you?
It's just me and him. We live in a small 2-bedroom apartment. It's just been really chaotic and just not a lot of space, but we're just trying to make everything as organized and as easy to maintain the routine for him as possible.
Yeah, I understand that. I think that's really good. But I know that just the two of you is probably really hard for you to manage as one person.
Yeah, it is. Thanks.
Well, you mentioned you work full time. What do you do?
I work at a call center. And honestly, I'm a little bit worried about my job because my son's school, which he's been having meltdowns at school, so understandably, they are calling me throughout the week, a few times a week, and so I've been getting calls at work, and then also sometimes having to leave and go pick him up, and I have already used up almost all of my days that I'm allowed to miss at work. I can tell my boss is getting a little bit frustrated about it, which he's understanding because he understands my son, is recently diagnosed and everything, but it's still a fear of mine that I'm gonna, lose my job over having to miss so much.
Yeah, and that's an understandable fear, but hopefully we can get you some resources that'll help with that. You mentioned you're going to school. What are you studying?
Yeah, so I'm studying to be a teacher. It's full online, but it's for education. I want to do English.
Okay. Do you have any support at home that you can, or your family?
No. Well, my parents, we talk on the phone every day, but they don't live around here. They live out of state, so they, even though they're there, I can call my mom all the time and talk to her, but they're not physically there to help me, do things, so.
Well, it sounds like even with the distance, they're emotionally supportive for you, so that's still really good.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone in your daily life that you can kind of lean on for support?
I have one friend who lives, here in town, about 15 minutes away, but she works full-time. She has her own kids. So, she's busy with her own life. She's not always there to help.
Yeah, well, even if she's not always there, it's good that you have someone nearby.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think would be some personal strengths you have as a parent?
I guess I would have to say just that I never give up. This has been incredibly hard, overwhelming, but it's not for me, it's for my son, and so I just know that, I can't give up, I can't stop showing up for him, so I just have to keep pressing on.
Yeah, so you're very resilient. That's a huge strength. Well, on the other side of that, What do you think are some areas that you struggle with?
I guess right now I would have to say the stress overall. Like I'm not really coping well with the stress of just having to do everything I have to do, and I just don't have any downtime or time to myself.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know it's hard to open up and share our struggles sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I know you mentioned you didn't have a lot of free time, but when you do, what are some things you enjoy?
I like reading and just like watching TV and stuff, but like I said, it's rare that I actually get to A, have control of the remote, or and B, just have the free time to do what I want to do.
Yeah, I get that. Well, even if it's rare, it is especially important that you take time for those moments for yourself. Yeah. Well, the last question I have today is, do you use any alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, or other substances?
Caffeine. I mean, I have coffee every day, but I don't smoke or do drugs or anything. I might occasionally like have a drink, but not very often.
Okay. Well, that looks like it's the last of my questions today. Let's kind of summarize what we've talked about a little bit. So you're a single mom, and your son, to a 5-year-old son, who's recently been diagnosed with autism. You work full time. You're going to school online to be a teacher. And you're trying to maintain routines at home, but it's kind of hard. And you're really stressed and you're exhausted and you're needing some help finding what resources you need going forward. Okay. Well, even with all of that, I have noticed you have a lot of strengths too. You're very resilient. You're very dedicated to your son. That's not anything to ignore for sure. But does that sound like an accurate picture of what's going on?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in today and being so open with me. Is there anything else that you need to share with me before we leave?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, everything you've shared with me today will help me find the best resources to help you and your son going forward. So I appreciate your honesty. And I look forward to working with you in the future.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.